Hope everyone is doing well. Just wanted to hop in real quickly and talk about some topics that have been top of mind for me. Um, we'll talk a lot more in future episodes about where these videos may go. Right now, they're really just me talking about some of the things that I said I go through throughout the day, um, and things that, I feel that might be helpful for you. And so the idea is that, potentially that a couple of you may have been going through some of these things that I'm going through. Um, and just to reiterate, I do manage a team of sales folks, and I'm always thinking about ways to improve performance. One of the things that I've been thinking about the last couple of weeks is how to bring clarity. And one of the things that I have been wrestling with is accountability across the team. And so how do I get how do I get the team to be a bit more accountable for their actions? For the most part, I work a hybrid role. So I do go to our San Francisco office a couple times a month. I'll spend, maybe a full week or half a week there, but I'm not around them every day. I'm not with them every day. We're not a fully in office company. And what that does, it's starting to figure out like the folks that you've hired, ensuring that they're doing the work. And so if you'd met me, maybe 6 months ago, this idea of like I would try to hire folks that I would say I would hire folks that I know I always say, they're go-getters. Like these are folks that um will get it done. They know what they want and they're gonna go get it. And I'm just creating a path and helping them to get there. That's a lot of my management style. I always tell folks I'm not trying to create a replica of myself. I'm trying to create the best version of them. Now, this then becomes interesting because like I'm now under the assumption that people know what motivates them and how to get their best version. And so I've started this last couple of weeks starting to ask folks like, where do you do your best work? When are you most motivated? Like, why are you even doing this? Like, why are you showing up to work? And that's been this unraveling over the last couple of weeks. And it's been interesting because, as I said, typically I just assume that when people show up to work, that they want to work and they want to get it done. But one of the things I'm realizing is that there's so much more to that, right? Um, and I never want to be a micromanager, but there is this idea of how can I make sure that things are clear? So it's not necessarily micromanaging, it's making sure that they have very clear expectations. And through them having clear expectations, now I can hold them accountable to it. And so I had to go back and think through, I guess one of the questions I was asking is, in what ways could I make things more clear for you? Because if we're in this scenario where things are not clear, then they may not know what to do. And so I needed to make it very clear of at the end of each day, what would have made today a success. At the end of each week, what would have made, this week a success, likewise for the month and the quarter. Going through that exercise has helped me, but I said it's also helped them because now they have very clear goals of what's required from them. It's almost black and white. There's obviously some room there, but it's as close to black and white as possible. With that clarity, there's something else that we're working on, and it's this vision of the question that I keep asking them is, what would you want to be known for? It's another way of getting to the motivation of like, why are you here? What do you want to accomplish? And this idea of like, what do you want to be known for is starting to elicit answers that they hadn't thought about, and more often than not, I hadn't thought about. But now, when I start to get those answers, one of the things that starts to happen is we get to a place where they kind of tell me like, these are some of the behaviors. Here's how it would feel. Folks are saying, I want to be the go-to person here. I want to be known as a hard worker. And so we're starting this almost pseudo visualization, the pseudo visualization exercise where they're then sharing with me where they want to be or how they would like to be known or how they would like to be seen. As they're doing that, what's then to happen, I then say, okay, here's what you hope to achieve. Here's how you hope to be known. Is what you're doing in alignment with that? And so what I'm hoping, I'll come back in the next couple of weeks and tell you how it goes. What I'm hoping is that what they tell me that they want to be known for, I can find a way to merge that with some of the goals that we have from a sales team and saying, can you look at it through these lenses? Like, this is the lens, like if we need to close $1 million this year, like this is the lens through which you view your work. So if I want to be known as a deeply empathetic and strong listener as a leader, then, and if I need to close $1 million in revenue, how can I close $1 million, or how can closing $1 million still be in alignment with me being a deeply empathetic leader? How can I bring empathy in how I close $1 million, if that makes sense? So just some ramblings and just some learnings from today of, am I making things clear for my team? Because it's definitely something that we're always wrestling with, thinking about. So that's one. And number two, what would you want to be known for? And this is tapping into what we'll call your motivation and aligning that with where you are in order to get the team or just how we show up to work, get the team, not just the team, but myself, to be more in alignment of like, what do I want work to be? And how can I use work to serve me? Let me know what y'all think.